Hi guys, we're back with another alkaline video. Tonight we're going to make fried oyster mushrooms. That's these right here. This is what they look like. If you're not sure, make sure to Google them when you go out and look for them. I find these at my local Asian market, and I've also found them at Publix because I live down here in the south. So that's what you're going to need. You're going to rinse them, clean them, however you like to clean your mushrooms. We rinsed and cleaned these yesterday, that's why they look a little funny. But I like to rip mine in half when I make fried oyster mushrooms, you know, just pretend this was a lot bigger. And because I don't like them huge. So here they are, rinsed, cleaned, and all that good stuff. Now we're going to season them. But before we season them, let's get a little pan going on low heat. Low, like my stove, low heat is like number 3. Medium high is about number 4. So we're going to start this off on low heat between 3 and 4. You can even leave it at 3 because it's not good to, according to Dr. Sebi, it's not good to fry things. So especially you should not be deep frying whatsoever. So we're going to use a very small pan so that we can do a small shallow fry on low heat. If you give this time to heat up, I promise you that low heat will fry the food. Okay? Now also I recommend, since you follow the Dr. Sebi lifestyle, that you do not have fried foods all the time. It's not recommended. And we have maybe once a month, maybe if that. So this is not something you should be doing all the time. You know, regardless of this lifestyle being healthy, frying foods is not good for you. So as good as this recipe is, it's recommended not to make it all the time. I know I sound like I'm shooting myself down, you know, but I know that you should not be eating a lot of fried foods. Alright, so now we're going to season these, and I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of oregano. You can put any of the favorite seasonings that you like to put on your fried chicken that is alkaline, you know, Dr. Sebi approved. These are what I like to use. It's easier to season them while they're wet, not drippy but wet. I'm going to do a teaspoon of onion powder. Remember, you have to, if you don't season these, it's really going to be hard to taste the flavor when you add all the flour and everything. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of sea salt. Some of this may fall right through the cracks, so. And then I'm going to put a pinch of cayenne on now, and then another pinch after I get it stirred up. And just stir them up, get them all mixed up. I just do everything in the strainer. I'll clean the stove after. It's okay. Just make a big mess. Alright, now I'm going to add another pinch of cayenne. I'm going to have to use my measuring spoon this time though, because my hands are filthy now from all the seasonings. Another sprinkle. If you don't like hot stuff, don't add the cayenne. Alright, let them sit and marinate for a bit. I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, make sure your oil's heating up because it's going to take a while because it's on low. Okay, now you're going to need 2 cups of, actually no, 1.5 cups of spelt flour in a bowl and about 1 cup of spelt flour in a bag. So let's season this. We're not going to season the bag. We're going to season this. Same stuff. Pinch of cayenne. Teaspoon of sea salt. Teaspoon of onion powder. And a teaspoon of oregano. Then stir it up with a spoon, get it all incorporated. Alright, sorry it's not really much in camera view here. Alright, there we go. Alright, you got your seasonings in there, you got to stir it up. Now we're going to add water to this because we're going to make it into a batter. This is how I like to do mine. This kind of reminds me of, you just keep mixing it till you get like a thick pancake batter. It kind of reminds me of when you ever been to like a pub or something and they have fried mushrooms and they have kind of a thick batter on them and it comes with like a ranch dipping sauce. Well, that's kind of what we're doing today. This may take a bit to get it just right. See that? It's kind of clumpy because that's how spelt flour is. It's not going to be, you know, runny if we were using garbanzo bean flour, but this is about how it's going to turn out. If it thickens up while it sits and you're making your, dipping your stuff in your batter, you just add a little bit more water and mix it really well. Alright. Now, how this is going to work is what we're going to do is you're going to throw some oyster mushrooms in your bag with the flour. Get them coated with some dry flour so the wet batter will stick to them. Well, the oil's done. I hear it popping. Just like that. See that? Brush it off. Get you a fork. Dip it down in there. It's always good to keep one hand for the wet and one hand for the dry. Drop it in there. Please make sure it's a shallow fry. You do not want to deep fry these. It's not good for you. Shallow fry isn't too much better either, but it's important that you use a low heat. And if you must, I'm doing this recipe because someone requested it, and if you must have some fried foods every now and again, just, you know, I really recommend don't do it often. Do a shallow fry, you know, and cook it on a very low heat. I'm going to do a few of these on camera, and then I'm going to do the rest off camera. There you go. These are kind of big, so let these do their thing. Be good to have a pair of tongs. Have them handy. Also, you might want to have yourself a little bowl with paper towels in it to put them in when they're done. Check that first one. Flip them over. As soon as they get that nice golden brown on them. And I'm no alkaline cooking professional by all means, so You know, please don't crucify me for making fried food. I just want to help you guys try some of the recipes that we've come up with and give you my insight on it. Everybody's got their own insight on things and how they should be done and what we're supposed to be eating. So I try to follow as closely as I can. And when something isn't approved, I try to remove it from our diet once we run out of that product. My husband, there's a couple of things he's having a hard time giving up, but hey, we're all human. It may take a little longer because it's a shallow fry, but just stick with the shallow fry. It's better for you. There you are. There's one done right here. See, that's how they should look. Nice and crispy. And you just put them in your little bowl with the paper towels. Alright, I'm going to finish these up and I'll be back with you when we get to towards the end here. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm at my last few here. And as you see, this is a very shallow fry. There's hardly any oil in there. Look how much that one package made. That's enough to feed a few people. Don't have a lot of pieces and have it with a fresh fruit or vegetable on the side. Keep your meal light if you're going to have something heavy like this. Well, keep the rest of your meal light. Just let them cook. Because they're such a shallow fry, it'll make them flat on one side. You see how it's flat on one side? That's okay. Alright, I'm going to finish these up and then I'm going to show you the final plating when we're done. See you in a minute. Alright guys, that's it. They are pretty much done. Here's our final plating. I'll show you what we have here. This is our battered oyster mushrooms with Alkaline ranch dipping sauce. You can find my recipe to the Alkaline ranch dipping sauce in the link below. You can use this as a dip, as a salad dressing, or whatever else you choose to use it on. This meal is, this snack is good for a meal, a snack, parties, whatever, get-togethers. This is really good. I'm sure you'll love it, and it pairs very well with the dipping sauce. Thank you again for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of this recipe. See you again next time, guys. Bye. Also, in the description box, every time you'll always find the link to our social media. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is where we're at so far. And links to find some of the ingredients in this recipe that if you can't find it where you live, you'll be able to find it below the video in the description box. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. Thanks again, guys. See you next time. Bye.